Okay. Today we discuss the cyanobacteria. Okay. Okay, today we discuss the cyanobacteria. What are the characters? Actually, cyanophyceae members are the considered the primitive plants. Mainly, these are the autotrophs. At the same time, the autotrophs is the primitive plants. The mainly are the interlinking between the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Some are the green plants. Cyanobacteria members are the interlinking between the especially bacteria to prokaryotes. Some are the prokaryotes, and next one is the some are the green plants. Okay. Also, is another name is also called as the blue green algae. Another name is also called as the blue green algae. Next one is the another name is also called as cyanobacteria. Another name is also called as the myxophyceae. Okay. Actually, what is the myxophyceae? The plant body is covered by the gelatinous substances. Okay. The mixo slime is also called as mixo slime. Especially these are the covered by the gelatinous. Okay. Okay. At the same time, what are the general characteristics of myxophyceae? Especially myxophyceae means the outer layer is covered by some of the gelatinous substances is also called as myxoslime. Is also called as myxophyceae. Cyanophyceae, blue green algae, and myxophyceae. Three terms are given by the myxophyceae members. And next one is the most of the what are the important characters of the myxophyceae members? These are the ubiquitous and grow under the diverse climatic conditions the worldwide. These are the growing anywhere. The cosmopolitan, they can grow in anywhere. The whatever it may be, marine condition, the freshwater condition also they can grow in the. And next one is the most of the algal members is the lacking of the flagella and show the glide movement, especially gliding movement, especially they can see in the oscillatoria. Okay, the phenomena is given by the Guideco, one of the scientists' name, Guideco movement. Okay, guide comment. So sorry for the disturbance. And video is not is come to my mobile phone. Okay, sorry. Okay, prokaryote organism lacking the flagella and some of the movements, the glide movement. Example is the oscillatoria. And next one, what are the pigments? The bile proteins, the mixoxanthophyll pigments are present in their cells. Next one, what are the reserve food materials? Actually, most of the algal members are the reserve food materials are starch. At the same time, in Cyanophyceae members, the reserve food materials are the polyglucan and Cyanophycean granules. They are the reserve food materials of Cyanobacteria. At the same time, asexual reproduction is present. Asexual reproduction is totally absent. They are the very important character. In the annual examination point of view, they can ask some of the Cyanophyceae members absent the dash type of the reproduction. Sexual reproduction is totally absent. Okay. According to habitat already we discussed that they can live in the anywhere, cosmopolitan nature. At the same time, some are the algal blooms, especially algal blooms. They can see in the outer structure of the water. The algal, what are the give the examples of the algal blooms? Microcystis. Some are the some are the Cyanophytes members also. They can live in the hot springs. Okay, Cyanococcus lividiasis. Some of the Cyanophytes members are the symbiotic association. Some are the lichens, Anthoceras, Azolla, Cycas. Okay, what are the cell structure of the most of the Cyanophytes members? Actually, the cell is the blue-green algae. Outer structure is the made of the mucilaginous layers. Okay, mucilaginous. The cell wall is the two-layered structure. The shape is given the mechanical strength of the cell is beside the protection, and especially some of the plasma desmata also they can see in the in outer structure. What are the importance of the plasma desmata? The saying the interlinking, connecting the one cell to another cell, plasma membrane. And next one is the actually photosynthetic pigments are the including the chlorophyll A and chlorophyll C. Some are xanthophylls, allophycocyanin, phycocyanin C, allophycocyanin C, phycoerythrin. Phycocyanins are the predominant pigments are in the some are the Cyanophyceae members. And next one, nucleic acid, especially DNA. DNA is the DNA deoxyribonucleic acid is the naked without the layer of the histones. Okay, actually histone proteins, one of the important characters is the some are the prokaryotes histone proteins are the absent, especially in DNA. They are very important. Actually DNA they are containing the histone proteins, especially they can see in the most of the eukaryotes. In prokaryotes histone proteins are absent. Okay, histone proteins are. And next one, the cell they contain the ribosomes. What type of the ribosome? 70S ribosome. They're the already we discussed the these are the prokaryotes. Under comes the prokaryote cells. The prokaryote cells are containing the 70S ribosome. Most of the eukaryotes are containing 80S ribosomes. Most of the prokaryotes are containing the 70S ribosomes. Next one, chromatic adaptation. Already we discussed the chromatic adaptation. Mainly these are the some of the green cells, especially the green algae has the ability to adapt different types of the light. Only these are the available the color, especially change of their color is the availability of the light. Change of the color is the change of the color is availability of the light. The phenomena is also called as Guideco movement. Guideco movement. Okay, Guideco movement. What is the meaning of the Guideco phenomena? Especially some of the cells are the ability to adapt they can change the color. Availability of the light, they can change the color. The phenomenon is also called as Guideco movement. Guideco movement, especially is the developed by the Guideco, one of the scientist name. What are the pigments? What are the pigments? Are the like chlorophyll A, beta carotene, the mixoxanthophylls. Some are the phycocyanin C, phycoerythrin, and these are the they're containing the photosynthetic pigments. Next one, what are the reserve food materials? The polyglucagon or polyglucagon, glycogen granules are the reserve food materials of in Cyanophyceae member. Actually, movement also. What type of the movement? Movement are some are the unicellular, some are the collineal cells. Okay, especially the movement is the enabled there the plasma desmata. Okay, next one is the heterocyst. What are the heterocysts? These are the thylakoids are the reticulate heterocysts with few ribosomes. What are the heterocysts are the these are the vegetative cells. Heterocysts are the vegetative cells. These are the mainly they can form to the outer structure, the very thick nature. Some of the cells are the encoded by the thick nature. Okay, the filament is also, and they can form the vegetative cells, the heterocysts. Thallus organization also unicellular coccoid from the branch filamentous forms also thallus organization. Filamentous nature they can see in the Cytonema. At the same time, some of the cells are the colonies. They can form the mucilaginous sheath is the gliocapsa. Okay. Next one is the reproduction. Already we discussed the reproduction is the most common method of the multiplication, especially fragmentation and multiplication. The totally sexual reproduction is the absent. Okay. Reproduction takes place through the cell division, harmogonia, echinids, and endosperms. Harmogonia, echinids, and endosperms. Okay, sir, the vegetative, especially already we discussed the sexual reproduction is the totally absent. Sexual reproduction is totally absent. Sexual reproduction is the absent, and the asexual reproduction are vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction is the multiplication process. Okay. Okay, actually today is the laptop is not there. In mobile, you cannot share the some of the pictures. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Okay, reproduction. Cell division. Actually, what most of the cells are the unicellular forms. The cell divided by the mitosis is the resulting daughter cells separate from the new individuals. Cell division and the fragmentation. Each cell they can form the different types of the fragment. Cell division. When the number of fragments, one fragment, the cutting of the some of the fragment, one fragment they can produce the whole algae. Next one, armagonia also is that the vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction parts. Armagonias are the especially short segments of the trichomes is formed to the filamentous cyanobacteria. Filamentous cyanobacteria. Fragmentation, especially fragmentation trichomes into the pieces they can see in the armagones in Acylatoria. Acinids especially they can see in the nostoc. What are the, these are the acinids also one type of the vegetative cells. These are the vegetative cells developed into the spherical patterning structure is also called as acinids, especially round structure cells. Round. Okay, round structural cells especially.
Please tell the page number, sir.
Actually, I don't know exactly page number. Okay, actually it's the cyanobacteria. Approximately cyanobacteria. Page number 64 or 65.
70 page number, sir.
70. Okay, sorry. Okay. Endosperms also, these are the one type of the vegetative reproduction parts. The some are the algal biofertilizers. Especially these are the mainly they can use for the algal biofertilizer, anabina, nasta. What are the importance of the algal biofertilizers? Mainly, especially nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation also they can use for the algal biofertilizers. Some of the plants are they cannot utilize the directly nitrogen. Nitrogen they can convert the nitrate forms N2 to NO2, NO2 to NO3. Involved in this process, nitrosomonas and nitrobacter bacteria. Okay, mainly nitrobacter, especially NO2 forms are the most of the plants they can absorb the NO3 form. Okay, cyanobacteria provide the main fixation of the nitrogen bacteria. Okay, next one, some are the list of the fixation cyanobacteria is the Chlorogilla, Microcystae, Anabina, nostoc. These are the fixation bacteria. Next one, what are the advantages of the algal biofertilizers? Mainly nowadays, most of the people are they can use for the chemical fertilizer. Instead of chemical fertilizer, they can use for the some are the algal biofertilizers. Algal biofertilizer. What are the give examples of the algal biofertilizers? Anabina, nostoc. Okay. At the same time, next one, single cell protein. What are the importance of the single cell protein? Single cell protein is the spirulina. Spirulina is approximately 40 to 60% of the proteins they are containing the single cell proteins. Okay, approximately 40 to 60%. The very high proteins are available in the spirulina. Next one, spirulina. Next one is the next one. According to our syllabus, we discussed the Nostoc. Nostoc classification is the domain bacteria. Next one is the phylum Cyanobacteria, family Cyanophyceae. Next one, so, genus is the Nostoc. Okay, this is the classification. At the same Nostoc, most of the species are the habitat is the aquatic conditions. The freshwater habitat is the freshwater conditions. Okay. Next one is the structure of the Nostoc, especially some are the collineal forms. Okay, they can see in the some are the collineal forms Nostoc. The structure, the general is the mucilage ball-like structure. Several filaments. Okay. Okay, several filaments are the several filaments thallus aggregate the mucilage, the spherical round ball-like structure. The cylindrical the cells are the burial shaped. Next one, as the reproduction takes place, the two types of the reproductive structure, armogones and acinids, especially in Nostoc. Okay, Nostoc, armogones and acinids. Acinids are the immediate cells on the either side. Heterosis convert to the acinids under the unfavorable condition. Okay, actually acinids are the heterosis are they can convert the unfavorable conditions. Heterosis unfavorable conditions. Acinids also can participate in asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is totally absent. Okay, next one is Anabina. What are the important characters of the Anabina? The cells are the globular and the barrel shaped structure. Okay, cells are the barrel shaped structures. Barrel shaped structure. And next one is the acinids are the larger than the vegetative cells in Anabina. Already Anabina classification also class Cyanophyceae, order Nostocales, family Nostocaceae, genus is the Anabina. Okay, these are the Anabina. Next one is the Cytonema. Cytonema also already when the pseudo, especially pseudo trichomes, especially you can see in the pseudo trichomes, the false trichomes also available in the Cytonema. Okay, these are the Cytonema. Anabina. Next one is the Cyanophyceae. The total Cyanophyceae is over. What are the importance of the Cyanophyceae member? Mainly Cyanophyceae members are the algal biofertilizers and nitrogen fixation. Next one, some are the these are the two important characters. Okay. Next one, algae. General characters of the algae. What are the general characters of the algae? Actually, algae is the most of the autotrophic nature. Okay, they're containing the what type of the photosynthetic pigments? Photosynthesis, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll B, C, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E, bacterial chlorophyll A, bacterial chlorophyll B. Actually, most of the first photosynthetic plants species on the planet Earth is being the algae. Okay, these are the most of the algal members according to on Fritz classification. 11 classes is there. Okay. At the same time, the development evolution forms 3/4 of the earth possesses the hydrosphere, which are they contain the algal dominates, seaweeds, and seaweeds are the Spiophyceae members. The study of the algae is also called as the phycology. Who is the father of phycology? Fritz, a scientist named Fritz. Okay, mainly tallest organization. Mainly they cannot plant body is the simplest. They cannot differentiate the root, root, stem, and leaves. It's also called as the thallus. Thallus body is the simple, some of the simple form, the unicellular forms. Okay. Next one, some are the algal blooms and water blooms. Is the microcystis, and the microcystis belongs to the Cyanophyceae member. Cyanophyceae members. Okay. What are the diversity of thallus organizations? Especially laminate or leafy structure is the alva. Next one, the cenobium or filamentous form, idogonium. The heterotrichous poliochaete. Next one, siphonous enteromorpha. Okay, vascular tissues is the totally absent in algal members. Okay. Now in algae, different types of the alga thalli structure is recognized. One is the motile habitat, motile habitat. Next one, motile habitat is the unicellular form. Unicellular forms, especially they can see some of the synovial form, valvax, the goninium, pandrina. Next one, collineal forms. Also, they can see in the some of the chlorophyceae members. Focaid is the round structure, unicellular form, chlorella. And synovial forms is that the some of the Synodesmus hydrodicton. Palmelli type also they can see. Dendroid of filamentous, already filamentous gygnema unbranched. The branched is the cladophora. Okay, cladophora. Some of the algal members are the heterotrichous habitat. Heterotrichous means different type of the filamentous. Actually, MOP Iyengar the open mainly some are the Draftonimda. The alga is the origin from the some are the angiosperm. Siphonous habitat also they can see in the Calarpa, Botredium, Pachiria, and parenchymatous forms also they can see in the some of the heteromorpha. Folios form they can see in the some of the Cucus. Okay, actually the cell structure also prokaryote cells are especially they can see in the Cyanobacteria, and eukaryotic cell. Mainly, what are the difference between the Cyanophyceae and some other alga, another algal members are the endoplasculum reticulum present in the eukaryote cells. ER. What are the importance of the endoplasculum reticulum? The smooth ER and rough ER. What are the importance of the smooth ER? The smooth ER is the lipid synthesis. Mainly they can use for the lipid synthesis. Rough ER is the they can use for the protein synthesis. Mainly the difference between the especially eukaryote cells. Eukaryote cells are they're containing the endoplasculum reticulum. Endoplasculum absent in prokaryotes. Already okay. The cell wall actually chlorophyceae member cell wall is made of the cellulose. Okay, some are the chlorophyceae members. The Cara example cell wall made of the calcium carbonate or silicon dioxide. Okay, silica, the calcium silicon dioxide. Next one, some are the Phyophyceae members. Phyophyceae members are the cell wall is made of the alginic acid and the alginates. Okay, the pigments, especially chlorophyll A, occurs in all algal species or all plants also. Chlorophyll B, especially they can see in the chlorophyll A along with the chlorophyll B, they can see in the Chlorophyceae. Chlorophyll C, chlorophyll A along with the chlorophyll C, you can see in the Xanthophyceae members, Basilorophyceae members, Phyophyceae members. chlorophyll D. Chlorophyll A along with the chlorophyll D present in the rhodophyceae members. In chlorophyll E is found in the, especially chlorophyll A along with the chlorophyll E is found in the Xanthophyceae members of Tribonema and juice spores of Pachiria. These are the important. Actually, chlorophyll E, chlorophyll A plus chlorophyll E, they can see in the Vacheria, juice spores of Vacheria. Juice spores of Vacheria, they are containing the what type of the photosynthetic pigment? Chlorophyll A plus chlorophyll E. Okay. Next one, xanthophylls, keratins in the bile proteins. And next one, what are the reserve food materials, especially and chlorophyceae members are the reserve food materials.
Sir, can you
Chlorophyceae members,
please explain it on screen?
actually, they cannot show the screen. Actually, my mobile pen. The morning class also screen is available. Now they cannot show the screen. Sorry for the disturbance. I will rectify that tomorrow.
Okay,
Tomorrow
sir.
class.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Reserve food materials. Actually, reserve food materials in chlorophyceae members are the starch. In Bacillophyceae, sorry, Xanthophyceae is the oil grains. In Bacillophyceae, chrysolaminarin. Okay, in Phaeophyceae, mannitol and laminarian. In Rhodophyceae, Floridian starch. In Cyanophycean starch. These are all are the reserve food materials. In an annual examination point of view, you will ask the one bit in the annual examination point of view. What are the reserve food materials of the Rhodophyceae members? Okay. At the same time, Phaeophyceae members are the polysaccharides. Laminarian or mannitol is all under comes the polysaccharides and the carbohydrates. Okay. Paramylum and the chrysolaminar. The both are the reserve food materials of the Bacillophyceae. Paramylum or chrysolaminar. Okay. Next one, some are the fats. Fats are the stored in the some are the planktons. Sterols. Actually, sterols are the except the Cyanophyceae members. All algal members are there containing the sterols. Okay. Flagella in Cyanophyceae and Rhodophyceae members are the flagella totally absent. Actually, most of the algal member Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Xanthophyceae, Rhodophyceae, sorry, Chlorophyceae, Xanthophyceae, Bacillophyceae, Phaeophyceae. The all are there contained in the flagella, except the Rhodophyceae and Phaeophyceae members are flagella is absent. Flagella is absent. Flagella is absent. Okay, next one, acronymatic. What type of the flagella? Acronymatic mean smooth. Acronymatic mean especially smooth type of the flagella. Pantonymatic especially rough. Pantonymatic thin cell type. Pantonymatic acro mean end of the tip. At the same time, in flagella type of the flagella, 9+2 arrangement of the fibrils, especially they can see in the most of the eukaryotes. In bacteria, Bacillophyceae member, and next some are the bacteria arranged the 9+0. In between the in center part, two fibrils are the absent. This is very important. 9+2 arrangement, especially they can see in the most of the eukaryotes in algal members. Most of the eukaryotes of the algal members. Next one, Bacillophyceae, some are the bacteria, a 9+0 arrangement. You can see in the example Bacillophyceae, some are the bacteria. Okay. Next one. According at the same time, sorry, eye spots and stigma. Eye spots and stigma also they can see in the some are the Bacillophyceae and Rhodophyceae, Cyanophyceae members. At the same time, some are the important character of the types of the chloroplast, the plastids, especially some are the chloroplasts, especially different species algae, cup-shaped Chlamydomonas, club-shaped, club mean Chlamydomonas, griddle-shaped in Eulothrix, or discoid-shaped in Cara and Vacheria, discoid Cara and Vacheria, reticulate Idagonium, ribbon-shaped Spirogyra, satellite Zygnema. These are the all are the different types of the different types of especially chloroplast, different types of the chloroplast. Chlamydomonas cup-shaped, giddle-shaped Nidothrix, discoid Caravaceria, reticulate Idagonium, ribbon-shaped Spirogyra, satellite Zygnema. Okay. Next one is the chromosomes are so absent in some of the prokaryotes. What are the prokaryotes? Cyanophyceae members. Cyanophyceae members are the nucleus strand, especially plasmids, the single stranded DNA, the plasmid extra chromosomal DNA, they're containing the some of the Cyanophyceae members. Reproduction in algae, vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction. Okay, vegetative reproduction exhibits the some of the in favorable conditions, mainly fragmentation, cell division, autocolony. Next one, Harmogonia, propagules, gemme. Next one, bulbils, adventitious embryos, especially adventitious embryos are you can see in the Fucus Phaeophyceae members. Echinids also vegetative reproduction. Echinids also they can see in the some of the Anabina blue-green algae. Next one, stratospores. Stratospores also these are the vegetative reproductive parts. They can see in the diatoms. Hypnospores also you can see in the some are the green algae. Next, resting cysts also they can see in the some are the Dinophyceae member. Okay. Next one, asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction mainly they can see in the some are what are the asexual reproduction parts? Exospores, endospores. Okay, monospores, bispores, paraspores, aplonospores, autospores, zoospores, stepanocant zoospores. These are the very important. Mainly, stepanocant type of the zoospores they can see in the Idagonium. These are the one type of the asexual reproductive parts. Stepanocant, the bunch of the flagella. Bunch of the flagella they can see in the stepanocant zoospores. Okay, stepanocant zoospores. Next one, sexual reproduction. Already flagella is absent, Rhodophyceae and Cyanophyceae members. At the same time, in Cyanophyceae members, sexual reproduction is the totally absent. Okay, sexual reproduction is the totally absent. Next one, sexual reproduction is
What is this class, sir?
yes,
Which class, sir? This is one.
botany.
Botany only, sir.
Yeah. Okay, isogamy is the sexual reproduction. Anisogamy, ugamy. Ugamy is the well-developed sexual reproduction. Okay, it's a well-developed sexual reproduction. Next one is the classification. According to Carolus Linnaeus, in 4 classes is there. Okay, 4 classes is there. And next one is the mainly according to Fritz Watcher and the Fritz different type of the classification. According to Fritz classification, based on the pigmentation and nature of the food reserve materials, kind number of insertion flagella. The next one is the organization of the thallus organization. Okay, actually Fritz in 1935 is the father of the phycology. The father of phycology. Is written by the book name is the structure and reproduction of the algae. Is the 2 into 2 volumes, the structure and reproduction of algae. Mainly F.E. Fritz in 1935 is given the 11 classes based on the pigmentation, based on the reserve food materials, based on the thallus organization. Okay, flagella based on the flagella. What are he classified the 7 classes. Which classified the 7 classes? What are the 11 classes? What are the 11 classes? Chlorophyceae, Xanthophyceae, Chrysophyceae, Bacillorophyceae, Cryptophyceae, Dinophyceae, Coromonodioideae, Euglenidae, Phaeophyceae, Rhodophyceae, Mixophyceae. Okay, I will discuss the general characters of the Chlorophyceae. Most of the Chlorophyceae members are the habitat is the fresh water. Okay, fresh water. And next one is the reserve food materials are the starch. Okay, and next one is containing the chlorophyll A along with the chlorophyll B, carotenoids and xanthophylls. Reproduction is the vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction is especially fragmentation. Okay, sexual reproduction by the isogamous and anisogamous. Mainly the life cycle is the aplantic life cycle. Next one, xanthophyceae. According to our syllabus, xanthophyceae vacheria is also mainly they can live the fresh water. Habitat is the fresh water. The chief pigments are the chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, beta carotene. What are the reserve food materials? Oils. Reserve food materials are oils. Asexual reproduction, they present they can see in the reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is the ugamus type. Okay, the Xanthophyceae vacheria and Bacillorophyceae is also called as the diatoms. Okay, most of the Bacillorophyceae members are the unicellular. The cell wall is ornamented with the silicon and pectin. Ornamented silicon and pectin. And next one is the what are the reserve food materials? Reserve chrysolaminarin and the chrysolaminarin and paraphyllum. The both are the reserve food materials of Bacillorophyceae. Next one is the Phaeophyceae, is also called as the brown algae. Actually, diatoms is also called as the Judas. Okay. Phaeophyceae is also called as the brown algae. Most of the Phaeophyceae members are the commonly forms the marine forms with filamentous bulky parenchymatous thallus. Okay, chief pigment is the fucoxanthin and the reserve food materials are the laminarian and mannitol. Laminarian and mannitol. Rhodophyceae is also called as the red algae. Rhodo mean red. Commonly is the mainly habitat is the marine water forms. As the algae are the simpler branched in the filamentous. The chief pigment is the phycoxanthin erythrin and the reserve food material is the Floridian starch. Next one is the Mixophyceae. This is the last one, the 11th class. It's also called as Cyanophyceae, Mixophyceae, and blue-green algae. Okay, blue-green algae. And next one, these are the mainly they can live with the marine condition. Okay, mainly they're the chief pigments of the chlorophyll A and beta carotene. Phycocyanin, C-phycoerythrin, ixoxanthin. Okay. What are the reserve food materials? Cyanophycean starch. Okay, these are the approximately 90% of the farms are fresh water and the remaining of the 10% is the marine chief pigments. Mainly they can live in the 90% of the algae or they can live in the fresh water. The remaining 10% is the they can live in the marine waters. Okay, next one. Haploid life cycle, especially they can see in the Chlorophyceae members, and diploid life cycle they can see in diatoms. Okay, isomorphic diploatlantic life cycle they can see in the Cladophora, ectocarpus. Next one, heteromorphic diplomatic life cycle. You can see in Phaeophysi member laminaria. Haplobiontic life cycle. You can see in the mainly Polysiphonia and Batrachospermum. Diplobiontic life cycle. You can see in the Polysiphonia. Okay. Next one. What are the economic importance of the algae? Economic importance of the algae. Mainly economic importance of the algae. Algae as food. Algae as food. Single cell protein. Actually, I will discuss the spirulina is the 90% of the 90% of the 60 to 70% of the proteins are there containing the spirulina. Spirulina also they can use for the some of the capsules. Okay, the energy capsule they can use for the energy capsule. 60 to 70% single cell proteins. Okay. Next one. Role in industry. Many seaweeds are there containing the percentage of the iodine and sodium. In ancient days, especially, what are the importance of the iodine? Iodine is they can use for the some iodine and salt purpose. Especially the iodine also derived from the laminarian. Okay. Alginates and the alginic acid also mainly these are they can use for the mainly Phaeophysi members are there containing the alginic acid. They're the mainly complex of the monomeric and glutamic acid. The chief source of alginic acid macrocystis, laminaria, ascopillum. Okay, mainly it also uses the dyes. Is the producing latex, photography, and next one nearly is the mainly they can produce the approximately 50% of the alginic acid produced by the USA. Caragrins. Caragrins also they can these are the mainly methylene extract of cell wall of the rhodophysi members. Contrast, especially caragrins derived from the contrascriptis. Contrascriptis. Next one, agar agar. Agar agar also it means jelly. This is the mucilage produce the certain red algae. Agar agar is derived from the Gillardium and Gracilaria. The Gillardium and Gracilaria. Next one, use algae as the fooder, especially laminaria, fucus. Next one, alaria, ascopillum. Especially some of the Scotland peoples are the ascopillum is given as a food, cattle and pigs. Okay, cattle and pigs. Algae as fish feed. Algae as fish feed, especially these are the they can use for some of the chlorophysi members, Cladophora, Pithophora, Idagonium, Spirogyra, Microspora, Eleutheryx are used in the some of the pisciculture. Mainly these are the support the indirectly. Okay, use algae as the fish feed. Next one, algae in agriculture. Algae is the Tolopotrix, Alocera, especially biofertilizer, algal fertilizers. Okay, large scale, these are the blue-green algae also. They can produce the number of supplied the farmers in the powder form. Algal. Next one, other uses especially turbonaria is the fertilizer from the palm plants. Palm plants, especially boracis, papilli for a different type of the palm plants. Okay, next one is the diatomation earth, Kiesel gar. Diatomation earth, Kiesel gar. These are the rock-like deposits formed from the dead silicous frustials of the past diatoms. Mainly, these are the sugar and the brewing industry used for the filter. In making the dynamites in the polishes toothpaste are the proclaim dyes used for the insultation the boilers hot and the cold pipes, refrigerators. Iodine also is the derived from the laminaria, mainly kelps. Most of the phaeophytes members is also called as the kelps and sea of weeds. Kelps and sea of weeds. Especially laminaria is derived from the laminate. Iodine is derived from the laminaria. Bromine especially is the red algae, Rhodomila and Polysiphonia are the source of the bromine. Rhodomila and Polysiphonia. Both are the source of the bromine. Glue is also Glioptis purcota. Glioptis purcota is the source of the glue called unary. Okay. Minerals. Some are the sodium and potassium minerals also extract from the some are the brown algae. Next one, algae in medicine. Some are the algae are they can use for the medicine. Mainly the iodine extract from this the seaweeds is for the goiter treatment, especially goiter iodine treatment. Next one, Unani medicine, codium and carolina used for the treatment of the kidney and bladder lung alignments. Cara green used as a blood coagulant and the stops of the bleeding. And the caroline is obtained from the chlorella used as the antibiotic. Caroline is the antibiotic. Agar-agar is the manufacture of the pills and the ointments. Agar-agar is especially derived from the Gileadium and Gracilaria. Okay, these are the used for the pills and the ointments. Next one is the already codium. Codium and the caroline is the used for the kidney and bladder and lung alignments. Next one, Lingbia and Cladophora. This is the antiviral and the antibacterial drug. Lingbia and Cladophora is the antiviral and antibacterial drug. Cara is used to distract the mosquito larvae. Next one, algae in some are the experiment, especially chlorella is the they can use for the in space. These are they can produce the oxygen. Syncoccus and the Anocystis has used the food as biosellers. Okay, the experiment conducted in the some are the Synidesmus in chlorella as a help to the undertaking the light phase of the photosynthesis. Algae as the sewage disposal, mainly treatment of the wastewater. Algae as the such chlorella, Chlamydomonas, and Euglena. Next one is all are the treatment of the sewage treatment also, chlorella, Chlamydomonas, and Euglena. Next one, some are the harmful algae. What are the harmful algae? Mainly microcystis. These are the they can form the algal blooms. Algal blooms are the mainly they can form by the microcystis. Algal blooms or the water blooms. And next one is the especially red rust, Cephalurus virensis. These are the algae. Cephalurus virensis, a green alga, causes the red rust disease in tea or pepper or citrus plants. Tea, pepper, especially most of the most of the fungal and bacteria, viruses, and mycoplasma, they can cause the number of plant diseases. In algae, they cannot affected by the some of the plants and animals. And only Cephalurus is the green algae. Cephalurus is green algae is affected by the tea plant especially tea and pepper and citrus plant. And next one is the marine algae like the Ectocarpus. Some are the diatoms, filamentous algae. The mainly surface of the ships and the boats are the throw them away to the check speed. The process is called biofouling. Biofouling also they can affected by the Ectocarpus, Enteromorpha, and diatoms. These are the three are affected with the polling. Next one, Pharmodium. Pharmodium, it helps the imparts the fuel smell in the pink colonization salt. Okay, these are the and the other uses also. Other uses also. Glue. Next one, dyes, biofertilizers. Okay, in Denmark, especially in Denmark, France, New Zealand, some of the USA states also, some of the cattle feed, especially they can use for the some PO5C members. PO5C members. Next one, vitamin B and C. They can nori. Nori also one type of the, especially these are the derived from the laminaria. Nori and kombu and nori. These are the mainly the derived from the some are the China, Korea, Japan countries. Mainly, what are the importance? Nori and kombu. These are they're containing the vitamin B and C. So the vitamin B and C is the richest available in the nori and kombu. Okay. Some are the pollution indicators. Okay, pollution indicator, especially chlorella. Some are the euglena and oscillatoria and nidsia. These are the pollution indicators, especially pollution indicators of algae. Biofueling, already we discussed biofueling. Some are the parasites, already we discussed some are the parasites, chlorella, zuccarella. Some are the, especially they can depend on the paramecium, hydra. Some are the poriferans. Okay, these are the parasites. Okay, this is the economic important of algae. Okay, economic important of algae. Next one, lichens. What are the lichens? Lichens also is one type of the symbiotic association of any plants, especially algae and fungi. Algae and fungi. Mainly is also is the pollution indicators. Pollution indicators. Mainly are these for the pollution indicators. Okay, lichens are the pollution indicators, especially symbiotic is algae and fungi. Some are the lichens are the desert lichens. Desert lichens, Thallus organi, Isidium, mainly is the Isidium. What are the types of the lichens? Crustose lichens, foliose lichens, and fruticose lichens. Mainly crustose lichens are the, they can grow on the bark. Crustose lichens. What are the example of the crustose lichens? Graphis and Lecanora. Lecanora rhizocarpon are the crustose lichens. Graphis, Lecanora, and rhizocarpon. Next one, foliose lichens. These are the leaf-like structure lichens. Armelia, Pyxis are also foliose lichens. And fruticose lichens. Cladonia, Ramalina is the fruticose lichen. Asnia, especially Asnia, they can use for the calf. Okay, these are the lichens, types of the lichens. Reproduction, especially they can see in the fragmentation, vegetative reproduction. Soridia, Isidia, Cephalodia, these are the mainly vegetative reproduction parts. Soridia, Isidia, Cephalodia. Next one, fragmentation. Asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, it occurs only mycobiome. Asexual reproductive structure is most commonly pycnidium. The vegetative reproduction part is the soridium, isidia. Asexual reproduction part is the pycnidia. Okay, pycnidia. Sexual reproduction also only in the mycobiome. Asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction both are the occurs in only in mycobiome. Most of the lichens are the Ascomycota fungi is the mycobiome. What are the importance? What are the importance of the lichens. Cladonia is especially common crustose lichens. Okay, is also called as the reindeer moss. Is also called as the reindeer moss. Next one is the Pharmalia, is a foliage lichen. Okay, Asnia is the fructose lichen. They can use for the asnic acid that shows the antibacterial properties. The next one is they can use for the cough syrup. Cough syrup. Next one, mainly ecological importance, primary colonizers, primary succession. Succession means replacement by the one species to another species. Succession, the pioneer of the succession, pioneer, the primary succession, primary of the pioneer of the succession is the crustose lichens. Next one, another importance of the lichen is the they can prepare the drug preparation. Dyes is also called as the pollution indicators. Lichens as a food, especially Lecanora esculenta. Some are the Pharmalia is rock flower. Pharmalia also they can use for the preparation of the biryani. Preparation of biryani. And next, some are the lichens are the they can use for the drug preparations. Mainly Pharmalia succulata is the used the treatment of brain infections. Next one is the Pharmalia saxylotus is a treatment of the epilepsy. Okay, epilepsy. Next one, already we discussed the Usnea is the cough, treatment of cough. Umbilicaria is the treatment of jaundice. So some lichens are the control the plant diseases. Some lichens preparation of the dyes, especially dye orchil is extract from the species of the Rosella and Lecanora. Rosella and Lecanora. Arsenal, the dye. Okay. Rosella and Lecanora. Arsenal, the dye used is the staining chromosomes in biological laboratories. These are the derived from extracted from the Rosella tinctura. Rosella tinctura. Arsenal and orchil. These are the both are the especially derived from the Rosella. Next one, lichens as a pollution indicators. Some are the lichens commonly lichens is commonly described in the lichen deserts. Next one, some are the lichens also lichens used for the production of alcohol. Production of the alcohol. At the same time, Ceteria and Lecanora used the detect the copper and lime deposits. Detect the copper and lime deposits. Next one, harmful lichens. Especially some of the harmful lichens. Asnia species describe the old man. Okay, these are the lichens. Okay, this is the lichens. Some of the lichens also they can cause the skin disease, skin rashes, lichens.